Ace Machu indeed.
I want to see Baneling drops.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty unusual. Probably
Nidus
not
Worm,
gonna
maybe?
happen. Nidus Swarm is a possibility.
Spawning on Ruins of Ceres. Spawning in the top left position. It is the blue Zerg player, HyuN.
And in the cross positions from HyuN, in the bottom right hand side of the map, it is CM Storm's Polt.
So this is a pretty interesting map, just because it kind of plays against Polt's style. Polt does like going for that 16 rack, 16 gas Reaper, and I think Reaper Scout on this map is a little pointless. Like,
I wouldn't say pointless, but it's definitely weaker because you know, it's a 4-player map, and
it's really big too. It's like
yeah, it's pretty huge, especially in cross positions. However, speaking to what you just said, Polt has been known to be one of the better macro Terran players out there. Like, he's always thrived in the mid game and the long games for as far as Terran is concerned. So he might not mind the cross positions as much. Where HyuN has always been mostly a mid game oriented Zerg, right? He's always liked the roaches, and that's usually where he finds his comfort zone. So we'll have to wait and see. But traditionally, these positions are good for Zerg because, you know, the longer rush distance. In these particular positions, for example, Mutaling Baneling play or just Muta play in general could be really strong because those are the most mobile units that Zerg has. So you can utilize the map features and the distance between the bases to take advantage of the more mobile units, and you can use them both offensively and defensively, potentially, you know, as well as having better creep threat, for example. Just aggression in general is more difficult, and that's why being defensive is much easier for Zerg. And with ultras in play, for example, a more defensive Zerg would be pretty happy with these positions.
Oh, definitely.
But I do wonder if HyuN is just gonna continue to try to play in his comfort zone in that mid game that he likes so much with the roaches, and maybe try to go for a mid game timing instead.
Yeah. Build order wise, we see Polt actually doing the same thing he did on Dust Towers. Gasless into double gas after the CC is thrown down, and just pumping out Marines, getting a bunker just in case. I really like this decision. The natural is pretty big in the sense where you can half wall off from the command center to the edge of the base, but it's really hard to commit to wall off the ramp at the natural. So I assume that bunker is probably next to the command center. It could be up. It's actually at the front. So this is potentially dangerous to a Link Flood, especially since Paul hasn't scouted. Or did he scout? I don't think he scouted.
I don't think he scouted at all.
Which is probably why the bunker's there, just to be safe. But potential Link Flood. But knowing HyuN, it's probably roaches. Now,
you think it's probably roaches?
Yeah.
Is that because the roach horns in production, or was that just?
I'm guessing also a Nidus Worm too.
Good call. I think it's gonna be a Nidus Worm as well, but I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, that's why you have me here.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm guessing a Nidus Worm roach, and I'm guessing he's gonna load roaches into a Nidus Worm. Maybe
I think queens first though.
Yeah, I think the queens first so that he can transfuse. Excellent calls here, Taylor. I'm glad we have you here on analysis, because your insight is just invaluable, really. Polt is gonna be going for HyuNs, and that's gonna be the first time that he tries to scout. And this is an extremely quick Nidus Worm from HyuN. So, waiting until the last second to load up those queens. Notice he hasn't been injecting either. And here comes the Overseer.
It's
Polt
gonna go
completely
unscouted.
unaware of this. And yeah, we actually called it. Oh, why is he?
Oh,
Okay.
he doesn't care. He's just getting in his face right now.
Yep.
Polt needs the pre-pull SCVs. Like, I don't think he scouts. He hasn't seen it yet.
He hasn't seen it, which is just.
And HyuN's coming out instead of a tank. This is almost instant.
Yeah,
GG.
that's a Viking and not a Liberator. Had that been a Liberator, and maybe that's why he put the Nidus where he put it, so that he could snipe the Liberator as soon as the queens popped up. But
HyuN can throw.
Oh, no transfuse on that queen though. That's big.
Stim's gonna get sniped though. He can
That transfuse was so important. Stim did get sniped. The roach reinforcements are here. And we'll see. Polt seems to be doing a decent job of holding this. But
He is taking
so
many
many
losses.
SCVs have been lost.
16,
However,
18.
he's still in a decent position as far as economy is concerned. Can you take that out of the screen, the thing that you put up on the screen? Thank you very much. And Polt finally holds, and that's actually a pretty good outcome for Polt, who will have a supply lead after that. He wasn't going for a third CC, but I can't stress enough over how important that queen was, because it had
Pretty full energy.
Pretty full energy, yeah, close to full. However, this creep tumor will force a scan by Polt and will deny any add-ons on the star player.
Oh wow, clever though. He's not gonna scan. He's just gonna hit it. He remembered where it was, so he's just gonna.
He didn't remember where it was. He had a fan of HyuNs, so he was attacking.
Well, in the area.
And it's in the middle.
Oh, he remembered the area. Thank you very much, Taylor. Yeah, it's in the exact middle. So, but no, Liberino now out. And a bunch of HyuNs moving across the map. This could be QXC HyuNs. HyuN in a lot of trouble, despite getting the Nidus off pretty much where he needed it or where he wanted it. I'm still not sure why he didn't just hide it, but losing that queen right away was...
I think if he slow played it, he would have done a lot better off. Especially since the Viking was coming out.
Yeah, I can't believe Polt held even with a Viking. And this is a great decision by HyuN, blocking off the ramp instead of trying to pull the... Oh, great
nice
block! Wow, that was outstanding play by HyuN, staying in the tournament by the skin of his teeth.
Yes, totally agree with you, 100%.
Yeah. Now going for 8 drones, and we'll see if he's able to somehow stabilize. Now let's not forget, where does Polt have a third CC now? I think
he's building it, or it's turning into an orbital.
Okay.
Yeah, it's turning into an orbital.
Turning
but that's
into
a
orbital.
pretty big sizable bioforce. He's just waiting for medevacs, and then he'll just drop into the main of HyuN, which I can only assume. But, I mean, HyuN's making roaches and queens. Does he go for a second Nidus attempt? I highly doubt it, but...
he could do a Nidus when Polt moves out, for example, to try to pull the army back or something like that. I mean, he has the capability to do so at least. Polt trying to harass and doing so successfully, at least pulling the mineral line with his Liberator. HyuN's pretty much caught up in supply, but a lot of that is in roaches. So he's going to find himself in a similar position to last game, or to 2 games ago, where if he can defend the next big attack by Polt, and that's not an impossibility just because of how far away they are. Oh, that Liberator getting 2 kills too many. A little bit of a preemptive drone transfer from HyuN. And Polt has finally established his third now, so in a great position Polt is. But again, it is cross positions. So HyuN does have defender's advantage and enough time to potentially recover here.
Yeah. But I mean, upgrade-wise, I mean, Polt's just... Yeah, he's just overall ahead.
Oh, yeah.
I do like how he is being semi-aggressive. He's keeping some army back, knowing that the only way he can actually throw this is if he commits all of his forces there, and then HyuN counterattacks with lings or roaches or something.
Yeah, and if we... Polt was really supply looked. And if we look at the army that he's moving out with, he can pretty much load all of that into the 2 medevacs. So that's why he's choosing to move out with this number of units. It's because there's 0 risk attached to it as long as his control is on point and mutas are not available for HyuN. HyuN at the same time is going to be going around the map and trying to find an avenue of attack, but he will get spotted by Polt at the watchtower. He sends 2 roaches in front to clear the watchtower before moving out with the rest of his units. But Polt at the same time will be dropping. If HyuN is able to shut down this drop and make this attack work at the same time, this could be huge for him. But I don't know that he has seen the drop. Actually, he has with Overlords. Does he have units in position? He's repositioning some roaches. He's got to reposition the Spore Crawler as well. Now Polt is in vision of HyuN. HyuN, a little bit of position with the roaches. He needs to get in there before most of those units are unloaded. Now the Marauders unload, and that's the biggest threat to HyuN. He's going to have to pull away his drones. He really needed those roaches as they were landing. Wow, Taylor. Wow.
Wow. I mean, that's a pretty sizable bioforce to defend, and I think HyuN just stretched too thin here with the attack and the defense. I mean, the Corrosive Bios was a cute idea, but I mean, he's just Pulse just started stepping into the Ravagers, and there's no way that you can actually lead your shot with stem units because they'll just always be able to run out of it. And GG is called. And
GG is called.
We'll move on.
Yeah. to the finals.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah.